What is happening, my YT Gizang? Y'all already know what time it is, man. This is your boy Rio, and I'm gonna skip the intro and I'm getting straight to it, okay? Kevin Stefanski lied. He lied to us all when he said that this was going to be an open competition, a four-man open competition when it comes to the QB situation up there in Cleveland, in which, from the looks of it, all we've seen it be was a three-man race. The only people that has been getting reps in with the first team or with the veterans are Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel. We've never seen my boy Shedeur Sanders get a chance to get in. Even with him doing the things that he has been doing up there, he has yet to get in with the first team. And it got a lot of people asking questions, even myself. Why did Stefanski come out and tell us that he was going to make sure that everybody, every single quarterback, get those reps in and pretty much make it an open competition? A lot of people feel some type of way about it, in which you got some commentators over there at the facility. They had a whole lot to say about it, man. Check this out.
Coach, not the coach. I'm telling you, they lied to us.
No, and that's a good question because you brought that up, and I was going to ask you, and you actually made an excellent point because I agree with you. There's been a lot of people in the NFL that have lied to us about Shedeur. Why do people continue lying to us about Shedeur? Because I could make the case that Kevin Stefanski lied to us about Shedeur. He said it was a four-man competition. He is the only one, Shedeur Sanders is the only one not to get a first-team rep in OTAs. So why are they lying to us about Shedeur? Is it because potential blowback? Because, hey, if you don't give Shedeur a start, we're going to riot, we're going to do this, we're going to do that? I'm just trying to understand why no one can keep it real about Shedeur, because everyone has lied to us.
It's until we find out the truth. If come training camp, Shedeur is getting first-team reps.
There we go.
You good. But to this point, I'm like, if it is going to be open comp, I do want Shedeur to get some first-team reps because I don't want it to be an open competition. But then Dillon Gabriel getting the first-team reps, but Shedeur ain't getting no first-team reps. Like, don't play in my face. And I felt like that's what happened a lot to me, James, during the draft process. It's like y'all were playing in our face. It's the middle of the draft. Jerry, at minimum, you need a backup quarterback because Cooper Rush has gone to the Baltimore Ravens. At minimum, you need a backup. You gonna tell us during the third round that Shedeur did everything right during the draft process? We know you need a backup. Mike Tomlin, you need a quarterback. Forget a backup. At the time, you needed a quarterback. You still went to go draft Will Howard in the 6th round. Shedeur was there 1 round earlier. So if you thought Shedeur was a 1st or 2nd round talent, he's a steal in the 5th round. So that's just what's frustrating to me is like, don't just talk about it. I need some action too.
The main question I have is why come out here and tell people what you told us? I don't understand that to the death of me. For me, I would have been satisfied if you came out and just told us, hey guys, I know there's high expectations on what's going on up here in Cleveland with this QB race, but we got a plan and we sticking to it till we get everything figured out. I would rather you come out here and say something like that than to tell us that you're guaranteeing that everybody is going to get their reps in. And even with the reps that he managed to give every single quarterback, Shedeur Sanders didn't see nowhere near as many as the other quarterbacks. Now, when you talk about Joe Flacco, like I said, we're going to count him out because he's already solidified. So, of course, he didn't get a lot of reps in. But when you talk about Dillon Gabriel had 30 more attempts than him. But to be completely honest with y'all, man, I'm just going to sit here and say it. I feel like they trying to save face. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, but that's just how I feel. Being the fact that they picked Dillon Gabriel before they picked Shedeur Sanders, they got to ride with that. All right. But when it comes to the insiders, when it comes to inside reporters and what they're saying about Dillon Gabriel, when he go against the veterans, when he go against the first team and he's throwing, getting his balls batted down, throwing incompleted pass and stuff like that, I feel like there was no reason why you shouldn't have gave Shedeur Sanders a chance at that point. If you see that this guy is not getting it done, what would hurt to pull him back just a little bit and say, okay, let's give Shedeur some of these attempts. Let's see what he can do against the first team. There's no harm in that. But because of the fact that they picked Dillon Gabriel first, they don't want to look like a fool. And because of that, man, I just feel like they're being stubborn. But I'm not the only one who feel that way. Take a look at this video.
But no, I think there probably is a little bit of stubbornness involved with this where they feel convinced that Dillon Gabriel can be a good quarterback in this league on some level, which is why they took him with the top 100 pick. Maybe they do view him as like a long-term backup, which, I still would argue taking a long-term backup in the 3rd round with the top 100 pick was questionable. I think everyone felt that way after the pick was made. And so, yeah, I think there's probably a little bit of that involved, and I think that will sort of show itself at training camp too, because I'm going to assume that he's going to be first up in this conversation and first up with reps when it comes to actually working in with the ones like he was this past week and showcasing what he brings to the table. So I think there are certainly shortcomings for him. I will say, like, in context, Shedeur looked good, which is what we would want and would hope for, but he also was doing it against the 3s, the 4s, and at times the 2s. And so I think the positive for him is all the reps that he got, no matter which group he was with, he was the most consistent of the quarterbacks in terms of he consistently was making the throws, looked really good doing it. I also think he had the most like head-turning throws of the entire mini camp, where every day it seemed like he was making another one that made you kind of go, oh, okay. I think Gabriel, his biggest struggles came when he was with the ones, and obviously we haven't seen Shedeur go with that group yet. So there's still sort of some mystery there as to what that kind of looks like. But based on what the organization has sort of signaled, I think they're going to slow play it with Shedeur and probably Dylan. But I think Dylan's going to get more of those reps because they clearly feel strongly enough that they wanted to take him as early as they did.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. Do y'all feel like Stefanski lied to us? Do y'all feel like Shedeur Sanders will get his chance against the first team in the training camp? Or do y'all feel like Dylan Gabriel was a waste of pick? Y'all drop them things down in the comment below. I got to get up out of here, man. I'm going to get with y'all on the next one.